Where are all my reading lovers? If you love to read just like we do, then you understand the amazing feeling you get immersing yourself in the pages of a book. It's a priceless and unique experience that can be as valuable as what you find in a college program. If you're not that much into reading, it's just a matter of finding the right topic and story. Just give it a try and you'll see the number of things that we can learn by reading. Hi, I'm Adi from Gradehacker, the non-traditional student's most trusted resource. And today, we are here to tell you the 5 must-read books that anyone should read at least once in their lifetime. This time, you have no excuse because all the links of each book are in the description below so that you can download their ebook or PDF version for free. Okay, now let's get started. Number 1, To Kill a Mockingbird. What better way to kick off this list than with one of the most classic books of all time? Harper Lee wrote this book in 1960, and it's a timeless story that talks about racism and prejudice. It's fascinating that even though it was written 62 years ago, society has yet to learn some lessons from this book. It clearly addresses the importance of racial injustice, segregation, and inequality, while it's an easy-to-read story for adults and children alike. If you read this book at school, we recommend you to reread it because you will see it from a different perspective than the one you had when you were younger. All we're going to say is that it follows the trial of a black person accused of assaulting a white woman in a fictional town in the Deep South throughout the 1930s. Everything is told through the eyes of an innocent child whose father is in charge of defending the wrongly accused man. We honestly believe that it's one of the best examples to prove that great literature doesn't need complicated plots. Let's continue with number 2, Fahrenheit 451. This book was written by Ray Bradbury in 1953. For anyone interested in politics, history, and freedom of speech, this is for you. The story takes place in a future society where books are banned because they corrupt minds, create apathetic citizens, and lead to rebellion against authority. People live in fear of being caught reading books because they contain subversive ideas that threaten society. It's incredible how a dystopian future where books and information are restricted continues to resonate in today's society. This book especially focuses on censorship and freedom, making this work stand out from the rest. If you have yet to read Fahrenheit 451, now is the perfect time to pick it up. Next, of course, we have 1984. This is a story that directly tackles serious issues of politics, technology, culture, and society. George Orwell wrote this book during World War II as he was inspired by the rise of fascism in Europe at this time. The novel describes a totalitarian society where citizens live in fear of Big Brother, who watches them constantly and controls every aspect of their lives throughout telescreens and brainwashing techniques. 1984 is a book that warns us about the danger of totalitarianism and shows us how it would be to live in a society ruled by fear and paranoia. It explains that if we let governments control every aspect of our lives, we could lose our freedom and right to live. Also, technology plays a key role. The fact that we are becoming increasingly dependent upon technology, yet we still haven't learned how to use it responsibly, clearly demonstrates how much this book understands how society works, where it was headed, and where it's going. Although let's hope the future won't be that bad. Moving on, the 4th book is the Autobiography of Malcolm X, as told by Alex Haley. Undoubtedly, Malcolm X is one of the most important figures in American history. So if you want to learn directly from his words, we strongly recommend you start here. This book was published in 1965 after his assassination with the help of journalist Alex Haley. Instead of summarizing Malcolm's entire life, Haley worked as a collaborator who silenced his voice and focused on transmitting the idea that Malcolm was directly talking to the reader. It's based on interviews with Malcolm X and tells his life in a narrative style while pondering his philosophy of Black pride, nationalism, and Pan-Africanism. And last but not least, we're talking about 100 Years of Solitude. Why not finish our list with one of the best literary fiction works of Latin America literature? This book was written in 1967 by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, one of the most well-known authors from Colombia and Latin America. The story spans 100 years in the life of the Buendia family throughout several generations in a fictitious town. He uses colorful language to tell the story of a country torn apart by war and revolution. He explores the themes of poverty, class struggle, corruption, and injustice. It became a worldwide sensation, translated into over 40 languages and sold millions of copies. The cherry on top was the Nobel Prize Garcia Marquez won in 1982 for literature. We must say that his writing style is poetic and lyrical, and his characters are unforgettable. We've just mentioned a few of the must-read books that everyone should read at least once. You have a wide range of options, from literary fiction to dystopian worlds and critical autobiographies. And of course, there are many more. Find an author and genre that interests you the most and start reading. And this is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. We hope you discovered exciting books with our video. In our channel, you will find more videos about downloading free books on Library Genesis, downloading and requesting books for free using Mobilism, and getting free college textbooks.